Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. We got a few calls in the last couple of days speaking about markets are down. What do we do? Markets are crashing and things like that. So we said, okay, this is a good time to look at some facts and figures rather than randomly speak about the markets. So have they really crashed and what exactly has happened? So speaking about the Sensex, last week it made a high of 60,412. And today, Friday, it is closed at 58,765. So down by about close to 1,700 points over the week. Well, over the last 1 year, the Sensex is up 52%. So given that we don't really seem to have a correction. So what has the market done in the last 3 months, July, August, September quarter? Indian markets are up more than 12%. Compare that with more developed markets like Japan and US, which are like 1.5 to 2% up. On the other side, amongst the worst performing markets, you have Hong Kong. The Chinese markets are down close to 15%. Other Asian markets like South Korea, Taiwan, Singapore are all down between 2 and 7%. So compared to these, I don't really see Indian markets are down. They've done phenomenally well. In fact, you could actually say that they're due for a small correction as such. 1,700 points down. So does it really qualify for a crash? 1,700 points is not even 3%. So a typical crash in the market is something which is 20 to 30%, if not higher. A correction is when the markets fall by about 10 to 15%. Dip in the market is 5 to 7%, and fluctuations on a regular basis is 2 to 3%. So we would call this current market dip as more of a fluctuation rather than a correction or a crash as such. But since we've brought up the topic of a correction, a crash, so what could be some of the reasons for the markets to correct? Well, there is a global risk-off sentiment which is currently going on, be it in the US markets, be it in European markets. There have been a small correction as such. So possibly if that could rub off in the Indian markets and given the recent run-up and valuations, that could lead to some kind of corrections. Rising energy prices. This is a joker in the pack. Crude oil is trading at $80. Natural gas is really shot up both in Asian markets and in European countries. We're hearing about various power related issues in China and parts of Europe as well. So this could really turn ugly possibly in the next 2 to 3 months if things don't improve. So we really have to wait and watch how this plays out. Commodity inflation, metal prices have really been going up along with the oil prices. So we really need to see if that will lead to inflation and possibly higher rates. China factor, a lot has been said about what is going on in China. I will cover this more in detail in a subsequent presentation, but for now, let me tell you, be it Evergrande, be it you can say factory shutdowns, be it regulatory issues, they're not going to have a meaningful impact, at least not a direct impact. Sentiment can definitely be impacted. Other than this, COVID, we've not spoken about COVID for a long time. COVID could, you can say, suddenly crop up again, which could create an issue. Let's wait and watch. Having said that, what will help us sustain? Global liquidity is at record levels. Interest rates are at multi-year lows, both in India and globally. That is leading to a lot of flow into the markets, which will support the markets. Growth in corporate profits. I think we're in one of the better phases in terms of corporate profitability in India after many years of slowdown. So next 2 3 years, we should see reasonably good growth in terms of profitability, which would definitely support market valuations. So any corrections would actually prove to be opportunities in the medium to long run. And new investors into the market. We are seeing huge amount of new investors coming into the markets, both mutual funds and in direct equity, which could support the markets. Of course, really, since they're new in the market, we'll have to see how they react if there is a correction in the market. Strategy from here on, we've said this before, we're repeating it. No lump sum investments at these record levels of the market. Prefer SIP, STP investments, but do take advantage of any kind of dips and corrections that we get over the next few weeks and months. For long-term investors with a minimum of 5-7 year horizon, don't really bother about whether the index is at 60,000, 55,000 or 65,000. In a disciplined manner, just continue accumulating. For traders right now, we're in like a beautiful situation where money making has become very easy on the markets on a trading basis. But we'll have to be careful. When things seem very easy, they suddenly turn out to be not so easy. So that's what investors will have, traders will have to have in mind. What does Warren Buffett say? Well, he says we don't have to be smarter than the rest. We only have to be more disciplined than the rest. I think it's a very, very important statement, holds very true in the current markets. So let us focus on our asset allocation and we will reap great returns in the medium to long term. Finally, a message, same as yesterday, stay safe. There are a lot of opportunities, a lot of enticement for spending all your money and maxing your credit cards. So stay safe. And at Infinity, we've got our Infinity SIP week coming along. So invest wisely. Hope you like this quick short video of ours. Do share your comments on the comment section. And more importantly, do revert with any feedback and what other topics you would like us to speak. It'll be great if we hear some feedback from you as such. Thank you.